Welcome, everyone, to another inspiring episode of Story Talks, where we explore the art of storytelling and the exciting new role of AI in shaping our narratives. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce a storyteller whose reputation rivals that of ancient bards, Nikomedes, the bard of heroes. Nikomedes has spent his life studying and breathing new life into the great myths of Greece, from the valor of Achilles to the cunning of Odysseus. As an authority on epic storytelling, he understands what makes legendary tales like the Iliad and the Odyssey timeless, and how their themes of heroism, fate, and resilience still resonate today. But Nikomedes isn't only a guardian of ancient wisdom, he's also a pioneer, fascinated by the way AI can enhance our storytelling journeys. He believes that AI is more than just a tool. It's a new kind of muse, one that can help writers explore classic story structures in fresh and innovative ways. Today, Nikomedes will share insights on how you can use AI to craft your own epic narratives, connecting the timeless world of Greek heroism with the cutting-edge potential of technology. So prepare to delve deep into the heart of storytelling and discover how you, too, can become a bard of your own tales. Please join me in welcoming Nikomedes, the Bard of Heroes.
Imagine an island, a windswept shore where heroes have fallen and the gods themselves once walked. Here, amid the ruins, a young Achilles, not yet legendary, stands staring into the ocean, wondering, is my life meant for more than this? Must I embrace my fate, or could I change it? This question, can we change our fates, is as old as storytelling itself. Achilles' question reaches across centuries to us today, a universal longing to find meaning in our stories and make sense of our paths. And that's what I'm here to talk about. How we can tap into those ancient questions, breathe new life into the myths of old, and with the help of a surprising ally, artificial intelligence, explore the age-old art of heroism in entirely new ways. In our bustling modern world, people often say that epic tales of gods and heroes are outdated. But I ask you, are they really? Or have they simply changed form? I am Nikomedes, the Bard of Heroes, and today I'm here to convince you that the stories of the past are more alive than ever, and that we too can carry forward this flame with a tool that even the Oracle of Delphi might envy: the power of AI. Today, I will show you how the ancient heroes, Achilles, Odysseus, Hector, don't just belong in dusty manuscripts or marble statues. They belong here, with us, in our imaginations and our creative efforts. So let's set the stage with a question for our time. How can AI help us reawaken the past and forge a new path for mythic storytelling? Since the dawn of civilization, storytelling has been a map guiding us through the human experience, helping us confront our hopes, fears, and aspirations. For the ancient Greeks, stories of heroes served as mirrors, reflecting their culture's ideals and paradoxes. Their heroes weren't perfect. They were exalted for their virtues and tested by their flaws. They were paragons of strength and intellect, but they were also intensely, sometimes painfully human. Take Achilles, blessed with divine favor and unmatched in battle. He was swift and strong, nearly invincible. But this blessing came with a fierce temper and a deep vulnerability to fate, both of which ultimately led to his tragic end. Achilles' journey is one of wrath and reflection, of a hero at war, not just with his enemies, but with his own mortality. His story is as much about grappling with destiny as it is about victory on the battlefield. Then there's Odysseus, the king of Ithaca, known as the man of twists and turns. His journey isn't defined by raw power, but by cunning and resilience. Odysseus was the epitome of intellect, outwitting gods and monsters alike. Yet he was plagued by a fatal pride that stretched his journey home into a 10-year odyssey. Odysseus represents the internal struggle between wisdom and hubris, a lesson in how cleverness, if unchecked, can become its own snare. And finally, Hector, the noble defender of Troy. Unlike Achilles, Hector fought not for personal glory, but for duty and love of his family and city. He embodies the heroic ideal of loyalty and sacrifice. Yet he too was fated to fall, caught in the inevitability of war. Hector's story shows us a hero bound to a cause greater than himself, yet ultimately powerless against the currents of destiny, a theme that resonates with anyone who has fought for something they knew they might lose. What made these heroes immortal wasn't just their strength, intelligence, or even courage. It was the way they grappled with fate, honor, and their own flaws. Their stories weren't linear or simple. They were layered with conflict, contradiction, and complexity. They were alive, pulsing with the same struggles we face today. Questions of identity, the pull of ambition, the price of loyalty, and the inevitability of death. And isn't this exactly what we want from our stories today? In our age of quick narratives and instant resolutions, we still yearn for tales that reflect the true complexity of life. We seek characters who, like Achilles, are blessed yet flawed, who, like Odysseus, are brilliant yet vulnerable to pride, who, like Hector, fight for something greater than themselves even when the outcome is uncertain. We crave heroes who remind us that life is rarely straightforward, that our paths are often winding, and that our greatest strength may lie in embracing our own humanity. The beauty of Greek heroism lies in its timeless relevance. These heroes and their journeys remind us that strength is more than power, that intellect must be tempered by humility, and that honor often requires sacrifice. Today, as writers, we can draw from this rich tradition, infusing our own heroes with the same depth, struggles, and contradictions. By doing so, we not only bring Greek heroism to life, but we also create stories that resonate deeply with the human experience, just as these ancient tales have for centuries. Imagine if we could invite a new form of creativity into our writing room, one that allows us to generate fresh perspectives and experiment with ancient forms in ways the bards of old could only dream of. With AI, we have that tool. But let's be clear, AI isn't here to replace the heart and soul of storytelling. Rather, it's here as our co-writer, a modern-day muse who can help us imagine new interpretations of these classic tales. Just as Homer might have layered new meanings into his verses with each telling, we too can take a well-worn path and transform it, capturing the rhythm and depth of Homer's work, but adding our unique modern lens. To truly bring the power of ancient storytelling into the present, I challenge you to imagine yourself as a bard, a storyteller inspired by the great epics, but alive in this modern age, crafting tales that resonate with today's audiences. Let's consider a few ways to do this with the help of AI. Let us take on 3 noble challenges and set forth, drawing strength from the ancient myths as we shape them anew with our AI muse. And don't you worry, I will provide a link where you can find all the prompts needed to bring these legends to life. Challenge 1. The Divine Tragedy, Reimagining Achilles' Journey. Picture our Achilles, not upon the bloodied sands of Troy, but in our world today. Who is he? Perhaps a soldier, an athlete burning with ambition, or maybe a bold rebel, fueled by fury and fierce pride. Imagine his backstory, write it down, or speak it aloud, for the strength of his character is in the telling. Once you know him well, call upon our AI and prompt, generate a scene introducing Achilles' name. A hero defined by qualities, ambition, loyalty, anger, facing a critical moment related to his ambitions. But ambition is a double-edged blade, is it not? Our Achilles might find fame, but he pays a high price for glory. Which path shall we take? Path A. Achilles chases glory, heedless of those he harms, risking friendships and alliances. Path B. Achilles wrestles with guilt, torn by choices made in his relentless pursuit. Path C. Visions of a grim fate haunt Achilles as the AI hints at a destiny he cannot escape. Now, introduce a twist. Will he face a rival, meet an unlikely ally, or stumble upon a revelation that shakes his convictions? Choose his journey, then prompt the AI. Create a scene where Achilles meets a rival/ally/mentor who challenges his views on ambition and glory. Describe the interaction and its impact on Achilles. As his story unfolds, observe. Does Achilles find greatness through sacrifice and wisdom? Or does ambition lead him to hubris and ruin? Reflect on this. How would Achilles' choices resonate with us today? We see ourselves in his rise and his fall. Such is the power of a hero's journey. Challenge 2. The Oracle's Song, Odysseus and the AI Prophecies. And now, we summon the cunning Odysseus to a new adventure. What form does he take in our time? Is he a traveler, a restless thinker, or a seeker of truths? Imagine what drives him, and then let the AI whisper a prophecy, a message that speaks to Odysseus' deepest fear or longing. Prompt. Generate a cryptic prophecy for Odysseus' name, one that speaks to his deepest fear or desire, leading him to confront a moral or personal challenge. Odysseus will set forth, driven by this prophecy, but choose the trial he shall face. Path A. He encounters alluring AI-generated sirens who test his sense of duty. Path B. He wanders a labyrinth where each path reveals visions of possible futures, forcing him to confront his choices. Path C. He faces a godlike AI, which probes his wisdom and tests his self-control. The oracle's prophecy shifts with each trial, revealing new meanings. Instruct the AI to interpret it further. Create a new vision or message that appears to Odysseus, interpreting the oracle's prophecy as a test of character trait, loyalty, wisdom, restraint. How does Odysseus react? Here lies the heart of Odysseus' journey. Will he learn humility, finding strength in wisdom and restraint? Or will pride blind him to his own flaws as the prophecy slips beyond his grasp? His journey reflects the timeless tension between fate and choice, a tale as old as the winds themselves. Challenge 3. The Song of Troy, an epic of the forgotten heroes. Not all tales are of kings and champions. Let us turn our gaze to the voices often lost in the roar of war. Choose a hero, a forgotten figure from Troy, Cassandra, Patroclus, or Andromache, and bring them to life through AI's eyes. Prompt. Generate a scene introducing character's name as they grapple with a moral or personal struggle related to the Trojan War. Choose a crucial event and decide how their perspective colours it. Path A. Patroclus questions the choices of Achilles, his closest friend. Path B. Andromache mourns and fears for her family as Hector's fate looms. Path C. Cassandra foresees Troy's fall, but none heed her warnings. Then, let the AI guide you deeper, allowing these characters to meet allies, enemies, or unexpected revelations that illuminate new angles. Prompt. Create a scene in which chosen character encounters a soldier or god from the opposite side, revealing a shared or contrasting perspective on the war. Through these voices, we see a tapestry woven from sorrow, valor, and sacrifice. And by viewing the story through many eyes, we understand the futility, the chaos, and the tangled web of motives in war. This is not a tale of heroes alone, but of all who lived, loved, and lost in the shadow of Troy. In each challenge, as you journey from prompt to story, remember that these ancient figures were once as real to their listeners as we are to each other now. Let the AI be your muse, but never forget to breathe your own life into these tales. For in every twist, choice, and consequence, you shape the legacy of heroes anew. Storytelling, dear friends, is a powerful means to connect us, not just to one another, but to those who came before and those yet to come. In reimagining Homer's work, we tap into questions that lie at the heart of being human. Who am I? What is my purpose? What legacy will I leave behind? With AI, we stand on the precipice of a storytelling revolution, one that lets us reach into the past and project it into the future. The technology is there, But it's you who will bring the heart, the humanity, the courage to explore these timeless questions. AI is our modern muse, inviting us to turn the ancient into the new, to forge tales that resonate across cultures and ages. So, I leave you with this challenge. Write your own epic. Use AI as your guide, but remember, it is your voice, your vision that breathes life into the tale. Just as Homer's heroes still echo through the ages, so can your story. Let's bring the heroes into the future. Let's craft epics that will be sung by new generations and perhaps inspire someone 1,000 years from now. The heroes are waiting, and their stories are yours to tell.
We are the Story Brothers, and we invite you to join us on an extraordinary journey into the world of storytelling and AI. Together, we'll delve into an endless sea of stories, ideas, and topics, pushing the boundaries of imagination with the power of generative AI. Our mission? To see just how far we can take these tales. Intrigued? If you like what you hear, please share our adventure. Got requests or feedback? Don't be a stranger. We'd love to hear from you. Cheers to new beginnings and endless possibilities.